Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are playing well, you've seen from the thumbnail, I'm not really sure what's going on with this deck. So it was played by someone called Tetsuya Watanabe, and they won a 11-player tournament by the look of it. I actually thought they won a bigger tournament, which is why I originally did this video, and then I saw it was just an 11-player tournament. But the deck is really, really sweet, so regardless, and I've already done the gameplay, and it's sweet, so don't worry, it's going to be a good time. So this is the deck list. Here's a visual view of it, because I think that probably is a little bit easier for you guys to understand. It is mono blue Eldrazi, so you got like the Kozilek's command package, but then they've just chucked Leyline of the Guild Pact in, because it works with Nykthos to ramp up mana, which is a pretty sweet idea. So you got things like Utopia Sprawl, Leyline of the Guild Pact. You're doing like devotion things in an Eldrazi shell. It makes sense, right? Because Nykthos makes a bunch of mana. You dump it into Kozilek's command. You can draw a bunch or scry a bunch, make a bunch of dudes, whatever. And then, I mean, if you're playing Leyline of the Guild Pact, you might as well just throw in some Scion of Dracos as well. So that's what they've done. I don't know if the idea of this was just like, if you want to beat prowess, you have a bunch of flying lifelink hexproof guys, and that does it. And then if you want to beat everything else, well, you're Eldrazi, so you probably do. I have no idea how they came to this list, but the deck is absolutely sweet. There's a bunch of sideboard one-ofs to go get with your Khan, because of course there's a Khan board in your mono green devotion Scion of Draco Eldrazi deck. And there's also an infinite combo. The infinite combo is very long-winded. If you haven't seen it in mono blue in mono green from Pioneer, it uses Pestilence Cauldron, which is an artifact, but on the flip side of the artifact, it says like get back to planeswalkers or lands. And you can basically do a bunch of loops with Kiora, Khan, and the Pestilence Cauldron combo. And then you infinitely loop your deck, and then you can cast an Emrakul and do whatever you want. It also uses Chain Veil to do that as well. So yeah, it's a very long-winded combo. I can't explain it very well, so just Google mono green combo explanation. I'm sure someone's done a good explanation on it, but it's very long-winded, and you need like 50 mana to do it. So it's very unlikely that you're going to do it straight away, but it is definitely something worth having in your sideboard. So that is the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. The actual gameplay that I did for this, the first league I did, the first game I did, was wild, and that is the content that you're going to go see. If you want to see more content with this deck, I'm happy to do so. Maybe I'll just finish the rest of the league, but the first round is absolutely insane. You get to watch me fumble through the deck and see how powerful it is. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the gameplay. All right, what have we got here? No early game, so I guess we just mull this. Yeah. Yeah, this hand looks great. We would like a 7-drop, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and keep. I guess we just bottom a forest here. We've got the Utopia Sprawl to ramp us a little bit, and then if we draw a 7-drop or something, that would be wonderful, but not the end of the world if we don't. Looks like we're against Affinity. Not sure how this matchup is going to go. We can definitely go over the top of them, which is nice. So let's just lead off with a Utopia Sprawl. And let's just choose green and pass the turn. So obviously we can't Boseiju all the indestructible lands, but we can Boseiju an Urza's Saga. That land can be pretty scary. Making a bunch of dudes. Opponent is absolutely popping off here. Emery as well, sure. I don't know if these Affinity decks even play basics. Do they play like a one-of basic just for Boseiju? They must do, right? I'm unsure. I think we're just going to get rid of the Ugin for now. So we'll stick the Ugin under the Labyrinth. We've now got 1, 2, 3, 4 mana, so we can Myco Spawn here, which I think is probably not a bad shout. The other option is we can Kozilek's command for 2. Then the following turn we can Myco Spawn and kick it. Is that better? So we can get rid of like Emery. Sorry, we can get rid of Tamio and make 2 dudes. I think that's better, but I'm not really sure because it gets rid of the Saga, right? No, actually, you know what? I've changed my mind. We're going to Myco spawn. We can go get a land, and then the Kozilek's Command is going to be bigger for next time anyway. If we are going to use Kozilek's Command, do we want to get 3 Tree City? We're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana next turn, which means we can make 4 dudes. And then the following turn, we would have 5. So this actually makes more mana, right? It's pretty niche. I think we'll just go with the Temple. Yeah, I think this is better. Maybe we should have just gone for the land just because it's spicy. I'm not really sure. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana next turn. We can do a huge Kozilek's Command. And then the following turn we can cast Ugin and do some stuff with that. Opponent is leaving a sowing Myco spawn on the stack. Not sure what they're pondering. So cards we need to be thinking about from our opponent's side is going to be the Counterspell Metallic Rebuke, which is 2 colorless and a blue. So it's like a 3 mana counterspell, or mana leak, should I say? But they can improvise it, so they can tap artifacts to pay for the 2 colorless. So a lot of the time it's just a single blue. Your opponent counter a spell unless your opponent pays 3. I think it's 3. It might be 4 for Metallic Rebuke. I'm pretty sure it's 3 though. Sweet. We've played a land, so we're just going to go ahead and pass. It's turn 2, and we have 6 mana, which is crazy. Our opponent is probably going to start throwing out some dudes here if they don't have anything else to do. They can Emery to bring back the Mishra's Bauble, so they've got a bit of value going on, but I don't think that value is too much of a concern, because we're just going to go over the top of them so quickly with this Ugin, assuming it resolves. If the Ugin doesn't resolve, we're going to be in trouble. I think our opponent is a little bit sleepy, seems to be playing very, very slow. Probably preoccupied with something, but that's okay. I've been trying out this AI editor, which basically just like snips like anything when I'm not talking out. So maybe that will clean this up a little bit. I don't know. If you guys enjoy the editing that's been happening recently on the channel, let me know. Let's readjust that as well. There we go. So opponent's Saga trigger on the stack. They played the Saga on turn 2, so this is only on 2. Yeah. Yeah, so easy first step is cast the bauble from the bin. I think a Kappa Cannoneer is probably the scariest thing we could see. What are they going to get from their Saga? Probably in this matchup it's going to be Pithing Needle. So that's something to bear in mind. But obviously we've got 2 Besagi, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. So they're going to swing in here for 1 in the air. And get their clue token. And what is the payoff? Like, if they don't have a payoff, we have all the time in the world. But if they've got like a Cannoneer, we could be under a serious clock. Or a bunch of like Thought Casts and Thought Monitors. Draw a bunch of cards. Yeah, we will take 0. That's not a problem. And they just pass. So I think they might just be out of gas. I guess we just go Forest. And we've got 7 mana, so we can do X is 5. And Do we even attack? I don't even think we bother attacking because they're going to make a dude end of turn, aren't they? So we'll just pass the turn here. I wonder if we're supposed to play around Metallic Rebuke at all and do something during their upkeep. Are they not doing anything during it? They've got to do the make a dude here, surely. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine. You can make a dude. Do we Besage you? If we're going to Besage you, we need to do it now. But then our Kozilek's commander is going to be tiny. Because it would only be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So X would be 3. Whereas X is 5 is a lot better. So these constructs are pretty big though. Yeah, I think we're going to let them do it. I think we're just going to go full greed, hope the Kozilek's command and the Ugin is good enough. If they go get Pithing Needle, obviously we'll have to blow that up. But we don't necessarily have to do it with our mana this turn. Yeah, so you get a dude. They are pretty big. So what are they going to go get with their Saga? The boots. Interesting. Okay. And they've got another Saga. We don't actually need to even go down the combo route. We can just try and answer all their threats at this point, because we can Kozilek's command, get rid of one token, and then Besage you the other one, and then Besage you the land, and then they're out of threats. Yeah, I quite like that. Sure, so you can put your boots on one. That doesn't really matter too much. So they're going to swing in with both. We will... Oh, and the Tamiyo. Yeah, why not? We want to exile... Where is it? Exile target creature mana value X or less and make a bunch of dudes. We will be the person that gets the tokens and choose target creature. I guess that'll be this one. So this is actually the first time I've ever cast a Kozilek's command. Never cast one before. Really hope the last card in their hand is not Metallic Rebuke, or we are going to be in serious trouble. In fact, they don't have blue, do they? Oh, they do the Mox Opal. This does not have trample, haste, and ward. Well, I guess we throw something underneath it. Should probably be this. Yeah, I think it's better to throw this under the bus. We kind of want to keep our mana. Now we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana next turn. So we can cast Ugin for sure. It's what do we draw? Can we find something colorless? That'd be nice. Malevolent Rumble. Yeah, I think we give that a go. This is only when you cast colorless spells, right? Whenever you cast a colorless spell, yeah. So let's just go ahead and do this and Rumble. See if we can find something good to do with our Ugin. We've still got 7 mana in total. I don't really want to chain Ugin, so I guess we take the Khan here. That does shut off all of their lands, right? It shuts off pretty much everything in their deck. So we can go ahead and play one of the Besages here if we want to. 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's enough to cast Ugin, right? With 1 left over, we can then tick up Ugin to draw a card, or we can 0, go up to 4, then play Khan. That seems pretty good. Khan is going to die to the boots though, but I think that's probably fine. What are we getting from the sideboard? What is our best answer to all these dudes? Nothing is ideal to answer these construct tokens, is there? I can't think of anything. I mean, like, you can Haywire Might, but that's not great. But yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and do that. So we'll play this. And add this to our hand. So cast this. Nope, that's only Eldrazi's. Whoops, that's my bad. So cancel. As you can tell, this is my first time playing with a lot of these cards. Probably want to keep the green. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7. So we cast Ugin here. And out of the two, I think I'm probably more scared of Tamiyo. Yeah, let's go get rid of Tamiyo first. I guess we're going to get rid of both anyway. And then we can go ahead and 0. So we do have to pick here between, do we want an Eldrazi? Yeah, do we want the Eldrazi spawn token here? Because they don't have trample yet, right? So we probably want to just keep that around. We'll go ahead and do this. Get rid of this. So now they need to start cracking basically everything they've got. So like crack your baubles, crack your clue. Yep. Okay, yeah, they're kind of just like losing their whole board to this Khan really here. This seems pretty strong. So they're just cracking all their baubles. They're going to draw a bunch of cards, but their lands don't really work. The Moxes obviously don't work, and this construct is going to become a lot smaller as well, which is nice. I'm not sure how they come back from this, because they can't even make dudes with their Saga token. Sorry, their Saga land here, because they don't have any mana, right? These are all artifacts. So if you haven't seen Khan before, activated abilities of artifacts your opponents control can't be activated. So this is an artifact land, therefore the ability to make mana cannot be done. I don't know how they beat this. Maybe I'll mess up very, very poorly and our opponent will be able to claw this back. But I think this is this should be pretty firmly in our favor at this point. So are we going to plus or minus? I'm just trying to think if there's anything we really want to get rid of. I don't think so. Like we could just tick up on like a Mox Opal and kill it, but I think we want to just go to the sideboard and find something to do. What is the best thing we can do? Wait, is it just Chalice on 0? Because they're going to draw a bunch of cards, but they don't do anything anyway. Vexing Bauble, whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter it. It's kind of the same thing as Chalice. Or do we want to just draw a card? We have so many options and there's not really a clear best one, at least from my point of view. Maybe you guys are like seeing a very clear line. I think we're just going to take yeah, we're going to take this and we're just going to pass the turn. So our opponent is going to draw a hell of a lot of cards here. Like, yeah, we could have got like Chalice and just done Chalice for 0 because most of their deck is 0 mana. But at the same time, they don't do anything, right? As long as this Khan is in play, their artifacts, all they do is make this one construct bigger. But sooner or later, we're just going to answer that. I was originally very scared of this Saga, but now that they don't have any mana, all of a sudden this is not very scary. Okay, alright, they've got a second land, Spire of Industry. So this is like a mana confluence if you have an artifact. If you don't, it just taps for colorless. But, you know, Mana Confluence doesn't allow you to tap for colors for no life, so it's slightly better in this deck. Opponent's got 2 mana and 5 cards in hand. So even if they do attack, like we're just going to chump it. It doesn't have trample, and then next turn we can go again into the Karn board. What are they doing? Oh, they're improvising. They've got a Kappa Cannoneer then. That might be a problem. We have the Haywire Might though, don't we? That's non-creature, isn't it? Exile target, yeah, non-creature. So we've got Beseiju for it, I guess. So I think what was happening there was our opponent was going to play their Kappa Cannoneer and then put the boots on it so it had so it could attack. Then they realized we don't let them move their boots, so it's not going to have haste. Yeah, it looks like they're going to improvise the Kappa Cannoneer here. It's a big old boy, but it can just die to a Beseiju. So they've got 2 dudes in play. We need to block somehow. Sowing Myco Spawn is pretty good. It's just another blocker, isn't it? This can't be blocked though. That's worth noting. Whenever another creature or artifact enters under your control, put 1/1 counter on it. This creature can't be blocked this turn. So we're gonna have to Beseiju it, and it's got Ward 4. So we've got 1, 2. Oh, we can Ugin as well, can't we? Okay. So let's see in the sideboard what we've got. Yes. Is there anything in particular? I don't think so. I mean, we can get Chalice and just do it on 0 if we really want to. I guess we take the Cauldron for now, just in case they manage to get rid of everything. So we need... This costs 1 for us, right? Discard it. Costs 1 less for each activate legendary creature you control. Okay, so it doesn't. It does cost 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then we can do this. I think we're better off using the Ugin mana, so we can do this. Wait, oh, this is colored, so we can use it from here. Okay, so Ugin, when we cast the Sowing Microspawn, we can actually target this. So 3, 4, and then we need 1. Jesus Christ, this is way more complicated than it needs to be. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is the mana that we've got to use on the Cannoneer. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana to do this. So we can kick at this. We need that. We need to use those. Sweet. So this goes on first, just so we can then use the mana from this. I guess we go for this. At this point, we don't have anything to do with Nick, though, so I think we just keep going Eldrazi temples. Yeah, feeling pretty good now. We've used all of our stuff, so I guess we just pass, and we just start ticking this up. Yeah, I don't really see how we can lose at this point. We only have to answer this 1 token, but we've got the Beseiju. We just need to basically stall out 1 more turn, and then the game is essentially over, I think. Unless they have more Cannoneers. But even if they do, we have an answer to them with the Ugin. I think this game is locked. It's just going to take it might take a couple of turns to end the game, but the game is essentially over at this point, I think. Thank God these Lava Spur boots do not give trample. If that gave trample, this game would have obviously been a lot harder. Sure, so you get a 2/2, that's fine. The thing is, they're just drawing a bunch of cards that don't do anything at this point, right? Because they're going to be drawing Mishra's Baubles and Moxen and Artifact Lands. I absolutely hate the Affinity deck, and I feel like this is my payback on all the times I've lost to turn 1 artifact Mox Opal land, make a dude, play Emery, do all that shenanigans. Yeah, like they're gonna play so many cards here, but they don't really do anything. Okay, we've got the Guild Pact, so we can do the Draco combo if we really want to. Anything that we want to do first? So we can get rid of one of these to start with. Oh, I guess we do this. No, we're probably going to do it on the Meek Stone, actually. Sorry, the Might Stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can cast this, get rid of one of these. So this comes into play. I think we're just going to choose to... If we draw 2 and we find a colorless card, we can then... No, let's just be nice and safe. Get rid of this. Tick this up on the Meek Stone so we've got a blocker. And I think we're going to do this to just draw a card. Maybe we should have done that first. We draw a Nykthos. Doesn't net us any mana, but it's good to have more. And I think we just pass. How much does this even cost? 5 mana. Yeah, I think we just pass here. We've got the Besagio. I think we just want to like make sure our Planeswalkers can't die, and then we'll just Ultimate Ugin in a couple of turns. What's our opponent up to here? They got another Cannoneer. They do have another Cannoneer. That's fine. The fact that Ugin just allows us to kill them for essentially for free, just really not too concerned about the Kappa Cannoneer. We can just Besage this, I think, at some point. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do it now. Do they have a basic? That's good to know for the next couple of games. They do play a basic. Okay. Okay, they've got the Emery as well. So they can next turn do things like bring back the Thought Monitors if they want to. And they've got the Tamiyo. Okay, so we've got the Sowing Microspawn, which is quite nice. I think we're just going to start off with drawing a card. We want to just get this Ugin sorted at this point. We've got the Leyline combo as well. Can we cast this very easily? We can cast it, but it's not very easy to do. There's definitely going to be some shenanigans we can do, though. So let's lead off with... I guess we can tick up on... Let's do this again, just so we've got another blocker. And then 1... and these... So that's 5, 6. This can get rid of... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can still do this. So we'll get rid of the Cannoneer, I think. So we can go get another land here, which is going to be, I guess, another Eldrazi temple. Yeah, that seems fine. I feel like we could have done with more utility lands. And I think we can just pass here. Our opponent can start playing Thought Monitors, but I don't think we really care. We can just Ugin next turn, and then I don't really know what they can do. Unless they have a way to make this Tamiyo have power, which I don't think they can do. The Ugin is just safe behind the two blockers. So search your library for any number of colorless non-land cards, exile them, then shuffle your library. You may cast those cards this time without paying their mana cost. That is absolutely crazy. I don't even know what we're casting. We've got Emrakuls in our deck. Yeah. Sure, so they can Pithing Needle, that's fine. We've got answer to that with the Haywire Might. So unless they name Khan and then they have a second one, we don't really care about that. So now they have to deal with the Khan before we can go get the... Oh, another Cannoneer. Our opponent has got Cannoneers for days. Or did they play that one from their graveyard? No, we've been exiling them, right? So yeah, they are just drawing all their Cannoneers. They've drawn through half of their deck. Crazy. That will happen if you play like 8 divinations in your deck. Oh, Cannoneer gets a token. A token? A counter? That's fine. Alright, here we go. We get to Ultimate and Ugin, which is going to be absolutely sweet here. Well, minus. We'll go get Haywire Might and... I think we're just going to go for these for now. I don't think we even care about the Kappa Cannoneer. Sweet. The first time I've ever cast this Ugin, and I get to ultimate in the same game. That is absolutely crazy. So, is it just say any amount? Search your library for any number of colorless non-land cards. Exile them. Okay. So 2 Emrakuls will get a new Khan. I don't think we want to do the Kozilek's commands, do we? Because it will say you can cast them you may cast them without paying their mana cost. So yeah, it won't actually work with the Kozilek's commands. So I think we just do that. I guess you can get both Khans if you want. I don't think it's gonna take that though. Oh, we should have cast Ugin first, right? To get the cast triggers. Sure, let's go Cannoneer, why not? Sweet. So Cannoneer down. Ugin resolves. We can now get Tamiyo for free as well. I don't really know what could happen for our opponent to keep playing this. I think they're just using me for my time at this point, aren't they? Crap. Okay. I just completely forgot about the clock. I was getting too excited with everything else. I was too focused on trying to make sure that we don't throw the game, but now I only have 7 minutes on the clock. I think we're just going to play everything as quickly as possible and just swing. And I'm just going to pass. I don't know how this... There we go. Yeah, so I literally just passed the turn back. It doesn't really matter what we do. We have lethal on the next turn. And then the next game, I will have to just play very, very quickly. We're not actually here to win, right? We're here to do sweet things. If we can only do it once in the round, I would rather that than just rush. I do need to learn to be quicker. But this is why I play... One of the many reasons I play fast decks. Main reason is I prefer it. I don't want to have to do all this thinking too often and cast all these spells. I'd rather cast a Carvu and swing or a Bushwhacker and swing. But, I mean, if we are going to do all the shenanigans, we might as well ultimate an Ugin, right? Why not? Well, we've just F6'd through the turn, so if they want to try and play something out, they are welcome to. But I can't see them surviving the next turn. Sweet. All right, on to the next game. We really want to just essentially just use Khan to win. And I think that's about it. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter it. So I guess we bring those in. And that's kind of it, right? Or do you just bring the Chalice in and stick it on 0 as well? And the last one. And just go absolutely ham on 0. And then what are we cutting? That's kind of the hard part with this deck. How do you even figure out what to cut? Because I think the Vexing Baubles are just good enough, right? You do it on... Because then they're, all their 0 mana spells just get countered. I don't think we actually need the Scion of Draco. And one more cut. We'll cut a Guild Pact. I think we're just going to try that. Could be wrong, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe with only 6 minutes on the clock, you're supposed to just keep all the Dracos and the ley lines in and just hope that that's good enough and like you just get the lottery and get both. So opponent is on the play here. They've only got 12 minutes to be fair. So they have to essentially win both games without timing out as well. And this hand is fine. We'll go ahead and keep. Yeah, keep. So turn 1 we can just go like Utopia Sprawl, or we can go Vexing Bauble. Depending on how many 0 mana artifacts our opponent throws out, we'll depend on that. Because sometimes people slow roll the Moxes and things. Yeah, I think I am just going to go ahead and cast the Bauble here. I think it's worth it. Next turn we can still do things like Utopia Sprawl. So opponent cracks their Bauble straight away. And I can hear a very loud humming. I don't know if you guys can hear that in your background. I'm not really sure where that is coming from. Apologies for that. Sure, so we can't make our land tap for more than one color. Glad we didn't play the Utopia Sprawl, I guess. Let's just go ahead and Forest and Rumble. What do we got here? We could just start stacking Myco Spawns. 1, 2, 3. We're still one off casting the next one. So we're very far off Ugin. So I think we're just going to go for Myco Spawns. Oh no, we don't. We have the token. So okay, we can next turn cast the first Myco Spawn. Opponent just plays a tapped land and passes. I think they just don't really have much to do. Sure. So we'll play the Ugin and we'll put the Emrakul underneath it. I know it won't work for now, but it will do sooner or later. So we'll go ahead and just resolve the trigger. We'll use the Beseiju to answer the Dampening Sphere later, probably next turn or something. But for now, I think we just stack the Eldrazi Temples. Oh, they got the Rebuke. Sure, you can counter our spell. That really doesn't matter. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 mana, 5 if we play a land. So I think we're just going to Beseiju first, probably. Yeah, we are going to do that. Oh, I've tapped wrong, so we can't cast another spell this turn. So, oh, that's very unfortunate. We'll just pass. Yeah, that was a huge error on my part. You've got another one, sure. So we'll just cast another Myco Spawn. We can't kick it this time. And yeah, I think we just keep going Eldrazi Temples. I know they're not doing much, but like it's better than a basic, right? And we can just try and turbo out this Emrakul, I guess. So we've currently got we've got 5 types in the bin. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're only 2 away from Emrakul. Oh, they're consigning this. Sure. The copy doesn't get cast, so that will actually work. Sure. So I guess we just pass. Opponent is just casting spells into our Vexing Warble. What have they got here? They got a Cannoneer. Oh, that is scary. No, they don't. Okay. We're just going to pass here. End of their turn, we'll cast Lex Command and then cast an Emrakul and hope that hope that that's enough. Yeah, I think we should be able to kill our opponent in time if we can get this Emrakul in play. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to rebuke, so we should be fine. Bottom. I think we just get rid of all of them. Yeah, that should be easily enough, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then one more. Oh, they could have a consign, actually. I should have been getting Cavern of Souls. But we did not get punished for it. No justice in this world. But yeah, that absolutely should have been getting a Cavern of Souls earlier. So we swing with the opponent's Kappa Cannoneer. We can eat that for breakfast. And I guess we can cast this and then counter it, but this has flying, right? Yeah, I'm just not even going to bother. Actually, crap. Yeah. Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah. They're not going to be able to do anything in time. Like, obviously, the optimal play is like play the Emery and then counter it. But our dude has flying, and I have 2 minutes on the clock. So I'm just going to bonk them twice with it. Oh, they can use this to go get the lifelink. They might have taken the lifelink out. What's it called? So, no, Shadow Spear. So yeah, they could have gone to go get Shadow Spear here. This is a 42-minute game. I think if they get Shadow Spear, they might actually be able to drag the game out. They go for Lava Spur Boots. Sure. So glad they do not have Shadow Spear. I completely get why people play Eldrazi now. Hardcasting, Emrakul, having all the soul lands, this is great fun. What are they going to flash back here? Like Portable Hole? Get the Vexing Bauble, but that doesn't do anything. Okay, interesting. So they're making their spells cost more mana with Damping Sphere. And then because they cost 1 mana, they can then get around the Vexing Bauble trigger. And yeah, I'm just not even going to do anything. I'm literally just going to pass the turn. If they can try and figure something out, maybe they can pull something off, but I'm pretty sure this should just be we bonk them in the air for 13. The Otawara is in play. We've seen their hand from a couple of turns ago. The only thing I was scared of was a Shadow Spear on this, but they don't seem to have it, so I think we're okay. Should be in the clear. Sure. You get an Emery, you mill over a bunch of cards. There is the Shadow Spear, but it's not going to be enough. Right? So they cast Shadow Spear. Now they can go up to 11. It'll be 12, actually. That's one short, right? Wow, they couldn't get... they needed 2 more artifacts in play, and they could have gained enough life, but I don't think they managed to get there. Maybe they've got something and I'm missing it. No, they didn't. Wow, what a crazy game. We went from game 1, just completely took over the entire thing with the Ugin, then managed to get ourselves down to like virtually no clock, and then still managed to Emrakul in time. So yeah, really, really sweet deck. I don't even know what I should do with this. This is like a 40-minute video. Should I just make this as one video? Because there's no way people want to watch more of this after 45 minutes. I don't know. If this is literally the only gameplay that I add to this video, I hope you enjoyed the content, because this game was absolutely insane. But yeah, if you did, then make sure to like and subscribe. And I guess if you don't see this, it's because I've edited it out and I've added more gameplay, or I've not put this video up. I don't know. But thanks for watching, guys. Peace.